Hey everyone, in this video, you're going to learn what type of tests you should order if you truly want to reach your peak physiological potential. My name is Louisa Nicola. I'm a neurophysiologist and human performance coach. I work with some of the best athletes and non-athletes here in New York City. I'm the founder of Neuroathletics, and we have a coaching certificate where we have certified almost 500 people now. And we usually work with individuals who are working with high performers. So if you are a coach and you're earning anywhere from 100 to 150K, and you're looking at working with executives, high-level performing people who need that 1% change in their life, then the NACC coaching course is for you. But in this episode of the YouTube channel, we're going to be talking about blood work, and we're going to talk about urine and stool and why a single biomarker isn't what you need to be ordering. Oftentimes you go to your general practitioner and you're ordering blood work, but you're going in blind because not many people really understand what blood labs to order. You rely on your doctor, your PC to do that. But doctors aren't really there to help you reach your full potential. When they look at blood work, they're pretty much just assessing whether you are in a diseased state right now or whether you are going to die right now. So if you really are looking at human optimization, then you need to be taking these 5 different tests into account. And if you are a coach and you really are looking at moving the line or the needle for your athlete or your client, whoever that is, then you really need to know how to interpret blood work. You need to know what blood labs to order. You need to understand, should I get a urine test? Should I get a gut microbiome test? And when I do get these tests, what does it mean? You need to understand this if you truly want to be part of the top 1% of human performance coaches in the world. So before we get into it, I want to redirect you and let you know that if you do want to know more about our NACC course, you can simply book a meeting with me down below. I talk to people all day, every day about the NACC course, and this is by far the best human performance coaching course there is in the world. You get me as your coach, you get my team, and if you simply just want to know more about this area, then go through and follow me personally on Instagram. Go and look at we've got over 300 episodes of the Neuro Experience podcast. It's been ranked in some of the top health podcasts around the world. And look at the Neuroathletics website. You'll learn a lot from there. But for now, let's get into it. Fake health then is, what most people think is just the absence of disease. We're walking around, doctor hasn't said I've got cardiovascular disease, dementia, or cancer. I'm healthy, but I still wake up and, I've got low libido. And by the way, I'm not speaking about Louisa Nicola. I'm just giving a general guide here. I kind of feel fatigued. I've got headaches. I'm irritable and low libido. And they just consider this as, well, maybe I just didn't sleep well, or maybe I'm just mad about work. But that's their symptoms. And these symptoms are basically a cry for help, right?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, the symptoms are nothing more than the body's only way to communicate with you. That symptom is your body crying for help. That it's, hey, I need you to pay attention to me right now. And it's your job to be able to identify really what's going on there, because there can be so many ways in which a symptom can manifest itself. Like if somebody has indigestion, do they have a stress-induced hypochlorhydria with a reduced stomach acid creation? Do they have a problem with gut bacteria? Do they have it could be so many different things, and the body only knows symptoms. That's the only way in which it can communicate to you, and your job is to listen to those things and stop acting like what's common is normal. Many people think what's common is normal, but just because it's common doesn't mean it's normal. It is very common for people to have constipation, diarrhea, and poor sleep. But do you think that's normal physiologic functioning? Hell no, it's not. I think that a lot of people just simply don't understand how good the human body is designed to feel. You are not supposed to have these things every single day. You're not supposed to have a pill to take a poo, and then you're not supposed to have a pill to have energy. And then you're not supposed to take another pill to go to sleep. Like, and believe it or not, 100 years ago, we pooed, had energy, and slept in the absence of this stuff. But we've
Yeah.
progressively relied on this so much more to the point where we have lost this resilience, and we've lost this way of identifying what I believe to be true and real health.
Okay, so let's just say somebody's feeling like that. And then they go and do and we'll say for the sake of what you talk about. So you've got this quadrant, you've got blood, stool, urine, hair, right? Most people will be thinking, what the hell? Like, what? Why can't I just get a normal blood sample? Because you just go to your general practitioner more often than not. They're not doing urine, stool, or hair. They're just doing blood work. So why would you marry these four up?
Well, I'll throw saliva in there too. Saliva
Oh, is
has
that
some
5?
validated metrics.
Okay.
Well, I do saliva more than I do hair. So it's
Okay.
very often blood, urine, saliva, stool.
Okay.
And hair can be used in certain unique cases to identify certain heavy metal exposures.
Mhm.
But as far as true, real evidence-based specimen collection, utilizing blood, urine, saliva, stool is an excellent way to go to get a true big picture view of one's physiology. Now, if somebody wants to be a bit more cost efficient, blood work is still absolutely the way to go. And it's because it's so widespread. Like when you're looking at your blood work and you are what you're doing is you're becoming a health detective. You want to, okay, I want to assess my physiology in the same way that a detective would assess a crime scene. So what is a detective going to do? Is he going to jump on the first clue and say, man, I solved the case? He doesn't do that. What he's probably going to do is show up and he's going to look at the crime scene with a very wide lens. Are there any windows around here? Is there anything broken? Is there any cars? What was by here? Is there any kind of scratches? Whatever. Is there clothing? You're going to be looking at absolutely everything and collecting these clues to try and form some form of consensus or create a story behind what happened here. Blood work is phenomenal at that because a stool analysis, although very insightful, its value is quite localized within the GI tract. Whereas blood work, its value is localized in any organ that has a blood supply, which is all of them.
Oh.
So that's why in blood work you get brain markers, heart markers, liver markers, kidney markers, gut markers, hormone, immune, micronutrient. Like you kind of name it, you're able to have this widespread detective view of the systemic situation that took place. And then should you need to dive deeper into any clue and get down on your hands and knees and see what happened on the pavement, then this is when these other kind of lab work assessments can come into play. When looking at specimens such as saliva, urine, stool, or hair, they all provide their own unique value. But again, I couldn't emphasize enough that the value is always in the interpretation and not in the test in and of itself. But essentially, very long story turned short, when you're looking at somebody and you want to identify real health, a root cause problem can kind of hide anywhere. So that's why I like to look everywhere. When I have my hands on blood, urine, saliva, stool, then I'm getting the full movie of somebody's physiology rather than just a snapshot of it.